In front of me is Carmen Souza, de Cabo Verde.
Yeah, Cape Verde in Portugal.
You are here at the North Sea Jazz Festival, but you don't play jazz music, do you?
Well, my music is a mix of a lot of things, you know. It's Cape Verde with jazz. I normally explain my music as being that because I'm very influenced by the jazz music, and I like to combine these two together.
What way are you influenced by jazz?
Sorry?
What way are you influenced by the jazz music?
Well, by the improvisation, you know, by the look for the sound, you know, the special sound that jazz musicians tend to have, you know. We can see Ron Carter here, we can see a lot of jazz musicians, you know, from the back, that they play for a long time, but they are still looking for that sound, you know, and that's very interesting for me.
And what is your sound? What sound are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking to explore sounds in my voice, you know, not using my voice just as a regular singer, but you know.
You're not regular.
Yeah, I'm not. I like to be different, you know, and I listen to, you know, saxophone solos, trumpet solos, and you know, all sorts of musical instruments, and I try to approach, you know, to that sound. I also hear to a lot of you know, 50s and 60s jazz, and you know, I hear Horace Silver, who has Cape Verdean origin, but in the 50s and 60s he was doing his own mix of jazz and Cape Verde, so that's very inspiring.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's a story that very few know, but it's very interesting to me. And so it's the improvisation and the look for that special sound.
And what specific instrument is your main influence?
Well, I sing, and I play the guitar, and I play the Wurlitzer and the Rhodes. The Wurlitzer for me is a very special sound because it has almost the same mechanism as the thumb piano, the African piano. Yeah, exactly. So you can almost draw that sound from a Wurlitzer, and people kind of look at me sometimes, really, are you crazy or something like that, but you can almost feel, if you look at the mechanism inside of the instrument, you can see that it's quite the same construction.
So we think a Wurlitzer is like hip and a little bit retro also, but it actually is like a folklore instrument.
It's roots. It's roots, yeah. And that's something that I like as well, you know. You know, being in touch with all the new musicians that are coming, but also being in touch with the roots, you know, the roots of jazz and the roots of Cape Verde.
Most people don't know you over here in Holland. You're a singer, you play the keyboards. Can you describe yourself to the audience like, I am a singer, I'm a keyboard player? What is your main focus? Is it everything together?
Well, I'm a musician, you know. I hear music and I play it. Yeah, and I compose as well. So music can come to me in so many ways, you know. And I also compose together with Tel Pascal, the producer, and we've been working together for 10 years. And you know, a song can come from his bass playing, and a melody can come from there, you know, or. And lyrics come just instantly, you know, because we've been working together for 10 years, and since we've met, it's very natural to work together, you know, and you can imagine in 10 years, it's, you know, just like that.
You have your own language.
Yeah, we are creating our own language.
So what kind of language will we hear tonight at the North Sea Jazz?
Well, it's a very own type of language. It's a very own type of story as well. You have mazurkas mixed, yeah, Polish. It was brought by the Polish to Cape Verde a long time ago, and then the Cape Verde adapted the style as traditional from Cape Verde. And you have a whole lot of other styles that were the same. and you can hear mornas that can sound like a jazz swing or jazz standard, you know.
For people who don't know it, mornas are typical songs from Cape Verde.
Yeah, that's the morna is like the ID for the Cape Verdean music.
Can you give me a little vocal example of a morna?
A morna.
Your specific, in your way.
My way.
Your morna.
Magia que tempo, paixão já acabar. Dúvida que comover, mas dia é igual. Something like that. And then the rhythm will go to ka, kum, kum, ka, ka, kum, kum, ka, kum, kum, ka, ka. So you have this, but because I play it in a different way, you know, you can hear the brushes in the snare, and it's almost like a jazz swing, you know, but the rhythm is underneath there. So I like to combine these two worlds because they are not too far apart as people may think, because the songs that were sang by the men in the fields have the same basis, like the scales, the pentatonic scales, and the same message as the slaves were singing in America. So there's a lot of connection between these two worlds.
I want to wish you a good concert tonight here. It's a very warm North Sea. Is it like the same temperature as in the country where you come from, Cape Verde?
Well, in Cape Verde, yeah. Usually we could say, and this humidity, you have a lot of this.
So you feel at home?
Yeah, completely.
So have a good show and a great tour, because I heard you also have a new CD.
Yes, it's called Protegid. I've released it in February. And, you know, I've come to a tour in Holland, and we've gone to Turkey and Portugal and so many other places. And I'm very happy to be sharing my music with everyone.
Carmen Souza is everywhere in the world.
Yeah, basically.
Thank you very much and have a good show.
Thank you very much.